Today we are going to be ranking the greatest ways to move on from a girl after a breakup. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. This is a really good video idea because I saw a video on my homepage recently doing this and I wanted to do the same thing because wow, this type of content is fantastic for a tier list. So I wanted to take a look at that today. This isn't my idea. I saw this on my YouTube homepage. I wish I could remember exactly what channel it was. If I do, I'll put it in the pinned comment for you guys to go check out. But regardless, guys, let's make this tier list together. Now, starting off with wishing her the best. This is kind of a little bit of a closure, I guess that you could say, but it depends, man. It depends because I'm not exactly a guy who is really forgiving in that sense. If I was really wronged by somebody, then I wouldn't necessarily want to wish them the best. But I guess you could look at wishing her the best as in just acceptance, moving forward. I don't know exactly how I feel about this one, to be honest with you. I don't think it's necessarily beneficial, but it might be good to help with your acceptance. So I'm going to put this one actually over into the C tier. Now, unfollowing them on social media, I believe this to be very important. I think it's best that even and I don't want to come here and sit down and talk about hey, you guys shouldn't have social media because I'm very active on social media myself. Instagram's one that I don't use at all in my life anymore, but regardless, I don't believe you should have any contact with your ex whatsoever. I don't care how much on good terms that you left each other. It's just best not to see them again, and I think it's fair to your new partner as well if you were to not see them again. So unfollowing them on social media is a great step in order to moving away from them. So I'm going to put this one into the A tier. I don't know if there's going to be an S tier on this list. But anyways, rebound. Here's the issue. As wrong as it is, as much as there are better things that you could do, it probably would actually just make you forget about it. Now, I'm somebody who is very much against just casual sex in general. I don't believe it's healthy for anybody. But if you're looking to move on from a girl and you've tried everything that there is to try and you still can't get her out of your mind, I hate to say it, man, but rebounding might actually be the key. It might give you a little bit of a fresh perspective because I have to be very careful when I talk about on YouTube. What's better than, the P word, new P word? You know what I'm talking about? I feel like this would be beneficial, but it's so bad for you at the same time. Specifically for this tier list, it's about ways to get over a breakup. I'm actually going to make my face cam just a little bit bigger, guys. Sorry about that. Ways to get over from a breakup. I'm going to put this into the C tier. I hate the idea of it, but it's effective, okay? Therapy, this is going to be an F tier. Therapy is not good for you. Therapy gives you a false belief that you're actually being helped when in reality this person does not care about you. They don't have your best interests. And why would you listen to somebody who legitimately does not have your best interest at heart? They want your money. They want your time. They thrive off of you having issues. So F tier is going to be into therapy. Now, time with friends. This is a perfect one. This is a perfect distraction while you heal because obviously time heals all wounds, right? That's basically what we're working for over here if you're getting over a girl. Time with friends is a very important thing, not only just for a breakup, but if you were to just go through anything negative in your life. Time with friends can make you forget, they can make you smile, they can make you happy, and they can distract you. This is going to be an S tier. Pick up a new hobby. Pretty similar to time with friends, you're looking to distract yourself while time heals your wound, right? A new hobby can help you meet new people. It could be something to focus your time to. I think it's actually pretty beneficial. I think I'm actually going to put this over into the S tier with time with friends. It's not better than time with friends, though. New hobby is right up there, though. It's a perfect way to move on. Now, writing about it. Journaling. If you're talking about self-improvement, something that a lot of people talk about is journaling. I've personally never been into journaling. I have no appeal to it. I've never even tried it. So I can't imagine writing down your feelings where it's you break up with somebody and you're writing down all of your feelings and it's you're going to feel better about it. Oh, but it's closure. I don't get it, man. Writing about it's going to be in the F tier actually, it's not going to be an F tier because it's not hurtful, but I'm going to put that in the D tier, okay? Getting a pet. I have always said, and I've said this in a couple other videos, getting a pet forces you to grow up. It's a distraction and you need to get a pet, obviously not as a replacement for your girlfriend. I'm not saying that you would do anything to your pet, of course. I don't think disgusting that way, but getting a pet could be super beneficial to your life. It could be new companionship, especially if you live alone. It gives you responsibility. It forces you to grow up. I think getting a pet's a fantastic thing to do for you in general, and this is going to be into the A tier. I'm going to put it at the top of A tier, okay? Deleting memories. This is a toughie, okay? If you guys are brand new to this channel, don't know anything about me, you might know this if you're coming over from one of my other channels. I have been with the same girl since high school, okay? I don't believe if I ever broke up with her that I would have it in my heart to delete our memories together. I don't think I would, and I know that would not be fair to my next partner, but I don't believe, again, that I would have the heart to do it. But at the same time, it's respectful to your next partner to not have those memories on your phone. It's something that you must do, but I don't think in getting over it, like, obviously, like, it could be a good thing, because I know a lot of guys that would just go back and, especially, like, if you want to just look at happy memories or look at nudes, anything to that sorts to make you miss her, I think it's very important that you delete the memories. I'm going to put this into the B tier, okay? Now moving. This happens. This happens. People get this weird idea that they want to start off with a brand new life. They want to just start from scratch, go live. This is more of a girl thing, but it definitely does happen to guys. You should not move to a new country or a new city just because you went through a breakup. This is going to be at the bottom of our list in the F tier. Now, acceptance. Guys, what else can you do? Acceptance is absolutely the S tier. Going through life, accepting the reality of whatever situation that you are put in is the most important thing, and it will help you throughout your entire life. If you can walk through life and no matter what happens, you can accept it, you can respond to it, you can act accordingly, you can actually think about things logically, and you can look at this and say, hey, what's the next best step for me? You need to understand that you're going to be hurt, but at the end of the day, there's things you need to do. It's what's the point in sitting down and crying about it? You need to accept that this is the reality of your life. If you are able to do that, if you have that mental maturity in order to accept whatever just happened to you, that is the absolute best thing that could possibly happen. Acceptance is so far the greatest thing that you could have when it comes to getting over a girl. Introspect. Now, there's kind of two ways that you could take this. You could kind of have it along with acceptance, or you can just, the way that I see it is kind of processing the emotions, allowing yourself to feel it, allowing yourself to hurt, understanding that you're going to hurt, crying through it about, like, that's kind of how I see introspect. And you can make fun of me all you want down below, guys, because I've said this before on the internet and I've received a little bit of a pushback for it. I don't believe that it's beneficial at all for a man to just, like, go through his feelings, allow himself to feel and be like, oh my God, it's okay to cry. I'm going to cry through this. I don't believe that to be beneficial. But at the same time, understanding what you're feeling is okay. Like, it's a weird one, introspect, okay? So I'm going to put this into the C tier. Now, getting a new girlfriend. As long as they're the right partner, I believe the best thing to do, like, right away. I don't think, like, the point of getting into a relationship with somebody is for marriage, is for procreation, is to create a bond until the end of time. I don't believe there's any reason to wait onto that, and I don't believe there's any reason to start hooking up with people casually. That's why I have such an issue with the rebound, right? But it does help you get over it. That's the problem. But getting a new girl is perfect, assuming that you're not just jumping into a brand new relationship just for the sake of replacing the girl and and getting those feelings that you missed. I believe a new girl could be incredibly beneficial. You just need to be careful about the girl you're choosing, and you need to be serious, and you can't play with some poor girl's feelings just because you need a bond in your life. That's something that girls do. Think about if that's ever been done for you before, how much that hurt just to be a placeholder boyfriend. You don't do the same thing to a girl. So if getting a new girl can be beneficial, but it needs to be serious, and it needs to be something that you actually want to do. Getting a new girl is a great thing to do. It's going to go... Is it going to go into the S tier? Yeah, I'd say it's going to go into the S tier. Getting a brand new girl, one that's actually proper, assuming that this is a healthy new relationship, it's going to be right ahead of time with friends. Now, online advice, specifically Reddit, but no, just online advice in general. And I understand the hypocrisy of somebody who is making this video and kind of giving you online advice. I get it, okay, but the vast majority of people online have not necessarily a God complex, but they think their IQ is a lot higher than it actually is. People overanalyze situations, and they do too much. People like to sound smart. It's kind of like the therapy argument over here. People, you never know who to trust, and oftentimes if you go, like, you ever go to relationship advice on Reddit, they'll have, like, a minor problem that can be fixed. Oh, it's time to break up with them. Red flag, bro. Like, no, what are you talking about? You chronically online loser. Online advice can every once in a while be beneficial, but for the vast majority of the time, it is going to go into the D tier. Now, specifically crying, I already spoke about it. I don't think it's going to help you at all. I don't think, like, oh, but I need to process my emotion. No, it does not help you one little bit. It just makes you sadder. Crying about it, not taking responsibility, it's the complete opposite of acceptance, man. No, I don't think it's helpful at all. It's going to go into the F tier, but it's less hurtful than therapy and moving. Now, time alone, that's an interesting one. It depends how you're spending that time alone. If the time alone is going to be acceptance and you just need to take a little bit of time to yourself and just kind of reset, that's okay. But at the same time alone can be spent crying. Time alone can be using online advice. It depends how you go about it. So time alone can be good, can be bad. For that reason, I'm going to put it into the C tier. Now, helpful content. You have to be careful with this one because it depends what kind of content you dive into. A lot of guys, after a breakup, they dive into the red pill content. A lot of guys look for just YouTubers in general that help people get over breakups and things like that. Look for ways to improve their life. It depends what content you kind of find yourself diving into. So for that reason also, I'm going to put that in the C tier because you can fall into, you can change yourself if you're vulnerable enough, if you're processing emotions that you're not used to, if you're in a hurt state of mind. You can be brainwashed by some people no matter what content you dive into. But also on the other side of the coin, you can dive into some content like we have on over at this channel. Great content over here. But to be completely serious with you guys, it can be beneficial. It cannot be beneficial. So for that reason, I'm going to put it into the C tier right ahead of time alone. Making her regret this. This is a petty thing to do. This is something that girls do, and you are a pathetic excuse of a man if your sole goal after a breakup is to make her regret it. The only way that's acceptable to make her regret it is to kind of one-up your life. But even then, you should not be walking through life with the goal of one-upping your ex, posting on social media. See, having a successful life for the sake of just proving to a girl this is what you could have had. No, grow up, dude. That's ridiculous. You should forget about her completely. Take the lessons from that relationship, apply them to your life, apply them to your next relationship, and forget about her. You don't need to make her regret it one little bit. For that reason, I'm going to be putting it into the F tier. I'm going to put it right behind crying, okay? Going to the gym, fantastic. Self-improving in any way is the best way to move on. Going to the gym provides an incredible distraction. The health benefits are off the charts. It will make you happier in general. It will make you a better person. Going to the gym is fantastic, but I will say there's a lot of issues with people going to the gym because people go to the gym with the sole purpose of, oh yeah, I'm going to get so jacked up and every girl's going to want me. And then when they see the results, don't exactly bring on new girls because it's more of a confidence issue. It's more of a personality issue. You're still broken inside, but you're ripped. Then people will get discouraged and they might stop going to the gym. So the gym can be a fantastic thing. You just need to lock in, and it needs to legitimately be about improving your life as opposed to just, hey, these girls will see my muscles, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just for a lot of people, they're already broken enough where going to the gym, it won't exactly help them. You need to accept before you go to the gym, okay? Going to the gym, though, is a fantastic way. I'm going to put it right behind acceptance. Martial arts, guys, if you guys have been following the channel or following any of my other channels, martial arts is something that I believe is the most beneficial thing that you could possibly do in your entire life. You have discipline. It leads you to having a better temperament so you can make better judgment calls throughout your life. Then you can accept. It's the equivalent to going to the gym, except better. You build a team, time with friends. You could meet a new girl, but no, that shouldn't be the goal of martial arts. Of course, if you're going to a martial arts gym just to meet a new girl, or even just taking this time to flirt with a girl, I don't think it's a place, but it's a conversation for another time. My point being, it's possible. It's possible. We've seen it happen. Overall, the health benefits to martial arts are completely off the charts. It's better than going to the gym, but I don't know if it's necessarily better than acceptance. Acceptance probably the most important thing that you could possibly do. Leveling up in general, a little bit more of the same about martial arts and the gym. It's just about evolving your life in any sort of way. Perhaps there's some lessons that you could take from your past breakup. Perhaps you've gained weight over the time with your breakup. This is the time to level up and improve yourself in general and not necessarily focus on getting the next girl, but focusing on yourself. It's the best thing that you could do leveling up. Is it better than martial arts in the gym? Because it kind of includes both of those things. I'm going to put it actually between martial arts and the gym. It's all kind of grouped together, though, to be honest with you. Letting go. A little bit, again, more like acceptance. Letting go is just something that you must do. You must forget about them. You must appreciate you could appreciate the lessons that you've learned from them. You could appreciate the time that you've spent with them. But at the end of the day, you can't hold on to these feelings about missing this person. You can't hold on to these feelings by looking back at old photos like we talked about with deleting memories. Letting go is incredibly important. I'm going to put this one into the S tier as well. I'm going to put it right behind the gym. So guys, these are the best and worst things that you could do after breaking up with somebody and the best ways to move on, guys. Thank you so much for being here.